Thank you so much for joining us again on Daybreak Extra this morning. And we are going to be talking about, societal topic, which has to do with everyone. And we want to look into, writing will and how important it is, at this point. A will is a crucial legal document in the inheritance process, as it allows individuals to outline how their assets and properties should be distributed after their death. By clearly specifying beneficiaries, guardians for minors, and other important details, a will ensures that persons' wishes are honored, reducing potential disputes among their heirs. Yeah, I mean, when you write a will, it has a way of, helping out with some conflicts and, fight that happens after your death with family members, because we've seen a lot of people actually, going through that when their father died or when their parents are no more, their uncles or, aunties or whatever family members that are left are coming to take away what their brothers have, so, and then maybe they don't even have a good relationship with the mother or whatever, they just take everything away. So by clearly specifying, like I said earlier, that will be able to help your family members to know who is going to be the guardian, sole guardian of your will after your death, and then who is the beneficiary that should be, mentioned. Without a will, the estate is subject to local laws of ecstasy, which may not align with, the deceased desires, potentially causing implications and delays in inheritance processes. I mean, whether we like it or not, a lot of people will say, oh, I don't need to write will, my families are always going to be there. But then there are so many factors, that we have to look into this. We have the traditional side of it, we have the religion aspect of it as well. We have the cultural. For some people, maybe they don't believe in inheritance. Just when someone dies, they just keep on continuing their lives the way they live in the vicinity of their environment. But then religiously, when we look at the Islam or Christianity, we all have guidance, when it comes to sharing of inheritance. And also, when you call us, just tell us what you think and how important you feel, writing of will is in inheritance. Now, that's what we are talking about. But then before we go into this fully conversation, let's take a look at the package that Bello Musa from Kaduna has put together for us on this particular topic.
There is time to be born and also a moment where one would bid farewell to this world. What happens next is how to share the property, asset, and other forms of wealth a deceased left behind. Oftentimes, sharing of the deceased wealth among the heirs becomes a problem due to many factors. Meanwhile, many believe that with the will written by the dead persons make distribution of the wealth easier.
It is good to write a will before your death so that the children you leave behind and other people that will be behind you, they can able to benefit from whatever you've left behind.
But for us in Africa, people see it as if you are writing a will, you are going to die tomorrow, or if you are writing a will, you are praying for yourself to die. No, a will is just a document that in case of anything that happens, one should be able to say that, okay, fine, I have 3 wives. My first wife will take this house. My second wife will take this business. My third wife will take this car. It's simple. Or my children, I have 5 children. This one will take this property. Maybe I might have a house in Abuja, in Kaduna, in the village, in Lagos. Then you just directly spread these properties to them without any form of franco.
I think it's a good thing, but we are actually guided by our religion. As a Muslim, Allah has already shared the will or inheritance in the Quran. So if you have daughters or sons, the share they are supposed to get, and the parent also, we know the share that they are supposed to get. It's stated in the Quran. However, there are some exceptions where one can actually write a will, now giving some part of his wealth to a member of his family or non-member. It is not prohibited, but it shouldn't be that you take all your wealth and give it out, forgetting your heirs.
When a will is written, one can also nominate guardian for the children, dependents or pets. Myths and other cultural practices have sometimes override the will written by the deceased in the family.
Had instances of a wife whereby her husband will just die, peradventure there is no will, and then the properties of that person will come and be taken over by his brothers or his siblings, and then they will leave his children, biological children, and his wife with nothing. So if you have a legal document, they will just go to the court of law and say, okay, this is what our father left for us, and all of those properties will be repatriated. So it's always good.
This culture, at least to a certain extent, should be set aside. How can a father or a husband to a wife who have worked tirelessly, have left something for at least for his children, immediately after his demise, someone will come from nowhere simply because he's a relative of him or whatever, will now come and hijack everything and left the children at the mercy of God and the mercy of other people, which does not speak well.
While one cannot rewrite someone's will after they have died, the law does not permit any other person to change the existing will. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
I mean, that was a beautiful package from Bello Musa, and indeed he did a good justice to this topic. I mean, Summayya, what do you think about this? How important do you think will is? And before you say anything, please, the rules of engagement is when you're calling, do stay away from your TV set so that we'll be able to hear you. And then you can send us WhatsApp messages if you're not able to reach us on any of the numbers, but you can send us WhatsApp messages specifically on the first number that is showing on your screen. So yeah, Summayya, sorry I cut you short the other time.
Good. I haven't even started. Basically, what I think it's, especially when it comes from Islamic angle, we already know it's one of the things that God himself in the Quran divided. Yes, if someone died, if your parents are alive, this is the percentage they get, this is the percentage your girl child gets, this is the percentage your boy child gets, and if you're still married to wife or wives, these are the things that, so basically it was divided. But one thing that I also know of in the due course of time, which we know sometimes they tend to have, the family brings out people that are some bad clerics that would separate this inheritance to favor a particular party. So because of that, some people say you can write that will before.
Okay, so let's pick this call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Please turn down the volume of your TV. We can hear ourselves a bit. Or you stay away from it.
Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Ali from Gombe.
Okay, Ali from Gombe. Let's hear your take.
Yes. Exactly what I've really enjoyed the program, and the program has come at the right time. And for the Muslim section, as that lady says, it has been prescribed in the scripture how to divide the assets to the heir. But on the will, you are allowed to write a will not more than 1/3 of your assets. And if you write the will and it has found that it is against the Sharia, so the will may be set aside and to continue with the inheritance section. So thank you very much. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, Ali. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, what we just said, he just said it coming from the Islamic angle, which I know that a lot of, we have a lot of people calling, it doesn't matter the religion. So we're going to hear from other callers that will call and tell us how it's being shared in their own either tradition, because we're talking about it and we found out that some traditions actually have a way of inheritance,
inheriting wives of the late brother.
For the Igbos, we get to see that in their movies. We don't know if it is real.
No, I think it happened in particular. We all know how, when Hausa there is some different. So I think in the
Igbos, but then different clan. So we get to see them, they inherit your brother's wife and the inheritance and then the children and everything. So but then for some, you see that the brother may write his will and then the brothers will still come and fight and say, oh, they don't agree because that's not what it's supposed to be and all that. So
share with us the importance of will.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Do we still have the caller?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Your name and location, please.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you. Your name and location.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear us?
Please turn down the volume of your TV set and talk to us through your phone. If you're waiting to hear our reply through your TV, there's definitely going to be a delay. Are you still with us? All right, go ahead, call us. Please, the time we have, we need you to stay away from your TV. That is the proper way for us to have conversation. Do not wait for our reply through your TV, but instead talk to us through your phone. I mean, it's not even possible for us to converse that way. All right, go ahead, call the numbers, any of the numbers on your TV screen, and also you can send WhatsApp message via the first number. Let's hear your take on this matter.
Yeah. So, well, you were saying something before the call came.
Yeah, well, I mean, basically, what I was saying is, we know of different clans that tend to have a different kind of a thing. But one of the most important thing is that I believe if you know that you have family that are trustworthy, family that don't allow money to cloud their judgment and all of that, then you're good to go. But then we know it's something that we'll try to deny, but we know I have seen a lot of Muslim families grab money from a family and kids that lost their father. I have seen that.
Okay, I mean, let's take this call again. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Your name and location, please.
Okay, I'm calling from Plateau.
Okay. Your name, please.
My name is Daniel.
Okay, please, Daniel, can you stay away from your TV a bit? Because you're waiting to hear and there's a delay. Can you stay away from the TV and just talk to us directly?
Okay.
All right, let's hear you. Where are you calling us from, Daniel?
Just Plateau State.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead.
One of the importance of writing of will is good because for the trouble that maybe when you left, you will leave behind. And in some culture in Nigeria, and that is what is happening most in Nigeria, because when the man died, the brother, the relative come, and then the chest, the woman and the children out of the house, and then you see it's very bad. And one of the things I want to say again is that as a man, you are about to write a will. I think when you are still alive, you have to make every of your relation. This my property belongs to my children, or belongs to this person before you pass on, and then the will be guided after when you are gone, so that at least nobody will come after when you are gone and then you want to claim everything that you left behind, that you so far you work for. And that is some of the things that is happening in this nation very well. Like, my own culture is that, like women, we're talking about it, is the men that inherit everything. Except maybe from you that you are the head of the nest of kings, and then you do that to your sisters. You can give them part of it. So is that these are the simple things that we're supposed to do, and then we look at it as if it's not even good. It's not relevant. The white people who have brought this to us is very, very good, so that at least chaos or fight in between the children will not even happen. So
do we still have him on the line? All right, I think we lost that call. But yeah, thank you so much for sharing your take on this, which from his perspective it's good to do it to avoid all the chaos of what happens after you leave. Yes, we know humans. The most scary thing about human is how we change swiftly because of money. People change so quickly. It is really alarming and scary. Like I said, I have witnessed tons of things. Sometimes people would reach out to you to help them, create awareness on the fact that family members just took up, or in-laws took up all the money that the husband left and properties, and left them with nothing. I knew a case on a personal level where an uncle, a big group of uncles, took a 20-year-old girl to the court fighting for their brother's money.
She's the only child?
She is not. She has
the eldest.
Yes, she's the eldest. Has a younger brother who is basically 17. Have a stepmom and then another baby, a little child. So basically, she's the one that has to fight for it. They took everything to the stepmother's car that the husband bought for her, but the only mistake was it was on his name. But it's so a lot of drama like that. And after taking everything, the one that the girl could get her hands on, she held it onto it.
Yeah.
And these people pushed, even taking her to court. Do you know how ridiculous it is?
Yeah, I mean, just saying that, I also remember a girl, from another native, another tribe. Before I say what I want to say, let us speak this call. Hello, good morning. Okay, please do call us back again. If you can't reach us, send us WhatsApp messages like we said. I mean, she was so young that she was the only child sort of from her mom. I don't know if the father had other children, but I remember her fighting for her father's inheritance when her uncles came, and they had to, tell them to cut their hair, and I think she's TV or something like that. I can't remember. I think she's from Benue or,
Hello.
And it was a different thing entirely. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location, please.
Okay, my name is Elijah. I'm calling from Ondo State.
Okay, Ondo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say something about the will.
All right, yeah. Go ahead, please.
The one thing that I want to say over there, that one thing that we, some of the family after the marriage, maybe because of the intermarried that have already been in the country, have already made some people, when the husband die, they will drive the wife, and the family will claim the something. And they know we have already in the age, the advanced age, that people have already civilized, that people should go to court and do the will. And so that the later the death of the man, the thing will be presented before the family, so that all these things will be stopped. Because some family will see it's not our traditional, that when we just after the death, the woman is supposed to go, and we also, even the children will not have access in their father property. The family will, then all those things we need to try to make it. Thank you. This is my contribution.
All right. Thank you so much. For that. I mean, I was just, checking to see, what the different religion says about inheritance. And they said, the male child, like you said, gets ×2 of what the girl child gets. So the girl child gets 1% of what the male child. So if
she gets half, he gets 1.
No. So let's assume you're sharing 5 million naira. Let's say the girl child gets 5 million. So the boy child will get 10 million. So ×2 of what the girl child will get is what
and it's done like this, not because
that's Islamically now.
Not because Islam overrides the rights of a woman, because we all know how Islam honors a woman. It's all about the fact that that lady, first of all, her elder brother would take care of her, or her brother.
You'll become the father.
Exactly. Whether even if it's her younger brother, but as long as she's still in the father's house, his money would be spent on her. And then if she leaves and goes to another man's house, that man is supposed to take care of her. So she's literally a princess. And then the man, of course, would have, he would take care of the mother, take care of his siblings, and still get married and take care of the child. Hence the reason why that divide is. And God is wise, right?
So in a situation where maybe there's no boy child, the girl child gets half, it's still going to be shared, that way. And then in a situation where it's only one child, the child gets 1/2, or is it half of the inheritance of the family. And then in the Christianity's proverb, 13 chapter 22 says, giving to children is God's will, but how is something that the Lord leaves fairly open, So they said a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. So it's not really clear, but then we definitely would have wanted more explanation on this. That's why we were talking about the tradition aspect and then the religion aspect.
I know. I don't know if it's the same, but what I know is that most times if we see how
Christianity is going to keep passing from
you will see people even giving to their children, their grandchildren. saying, okay, I want for this person, you can save up for school for this person, open a trust fund for this. So basically, I feel in a situation for the Muslims, it's in case if you don't plan for it, then if abruptly it just happened,
do people really even plan for inherent will right now? That's why I said, like, we just see people just living. They don't know that it's really important. Even if you have 10,000 in your account, write who you want that 10,000 should go to. So I think that way it's going to save a lot of things. It's going to take, but even though there are some people that when they see your inheritance and they see that, okay, their names are not part of it, or they are not getting something tangible from your wealth, it becomes a chaos in the family. They start keeping malice. They don't talk to you. They won't have anything to do with you, because they'll be like, why are you not putting my name in your inheritance and stuff like that? So it's really important at this point, that people should do that. I mean, people die every day. Indeed. And then it comes impromptu. It's inevitable. It doesn't announce when it's going to come. So I think it's good when people start taking the steps
not knowing when death will come.
Because if you know, it's terrible. It's a horrible sight to it, and even the thought of it alone is tormenting. There are people that have actually gone into depression thinking about death alone, and they cannot sleep.
No, you would die thinking about death.
So in situations like that,
there was something you spoke about earlier, which is even though there is will, some people tend to fight it. Hence the reason why, as much as you want to try to close your will, hide it, that I think there are certain people you have to tell, you have to witness, in order for it not to be contested in future and cause more chaos. Because sometimes, even with the will, family can erupt. Like I said, humans, like you said, when it comes to money, humans are ridiculously crazy, and they change. And the person that you think, oh, this person is my uncle, this person we used to be cool, this person has my best interest,
what the person turns
switch
out to
up, yes, if there is one thing we also know in this world, is that most times family, friends, and your parents' friends tend to gift you because your parents are alive.
When they are gone, nobody even remembers you.
So it's up to you to make plans. And
so it's good to start planning now, and ahead of time, just to avoid certain things, even though you don't know when it's going to come.
Indeed.
At the end of the day, the people that are trying to overtake your wealth may die before you. So just write it. And then give it to your lawyers, or give it to someone that you can trust with your life. So because at the end of the day, like you said, some people are still going to turn against you when it comes to will. It's always different. When it comes to wealth, it's totally, it comes between child and mother, it comes between husband and wife, it comes between family,
siblings.
So it's something that you can't take away from people, because right now you and I are sitting, nobody knows who is thinking when it comes to things like that.
I mean literally, just think about what happened with the P-Square.
Exactly, and it was
twins.
money. It has something to do with money.
Yes. So while he's even still alive, his twin brother and the older brother, allegedly, that's from the other brother's side, they were siphoning money differently, and thinking, oh, he does not deserve as much as we do. So if he's alive and he's doing that, imagine afterwards, his child cannot really claim that much, and they would say, no, this is ours. Your father didn't make much. So that is how complicated human beings are, and all of that. But then I think this is the much we can take.
I've been looking to see if we have WhatsApp messages. It's like
no message today.
Anyway, with everything happening, I will understand why maybe we don't have much calls like we used to, or even WhatsApp messages. I mean, people are dealing with their own situations, individually, so we totally understand. But we just hope that this topic we just chose now, it has a way of passing the message that we intend to pass, is for you to start preparing your will ahead of time, so that to avert some chaos and conflicts in the family. Well, this is the much that we can take for the phone call. Do stay with us again when we come back on top of the hour for the discussion segment, so don't go anywhere.